That's pretty crazy, right? 10 years. And I didn't like, this account was created to stream. I was never like a just some fucking pervert in the chat, you know? I didn't even know how to use the chat. Isn't that crazy? Streaming from Watson's Arcade 10 years ago. Man, it flies. What's his name? Commando made this channel. He made this channel. I didn't even know how to make a channel. It's amazing that I'm still doing this. That's the amazing part. It's hard not to go down memory lane. It's crazy, right?
Thank you.
I guess you can't really get anywhere unless people believe in you. And that starts from scratch. So I've always had I've had pretty good parents believing in me. And then like really good friends. And then really good strangers. It's just the way it went. Sometimes it, you know, other people have to do it. Sometimes you don't do it yourself. There are phases, you know, and sometimes you don't really believe in yourself. So other people have to do it for you or else. So, you know, make good friends and don't be a bitch. You know what's the craziest part about that? I never went to any Twitch cons. I've never met any like pro streamers or anything.
Thank you.
Other than outside of fighting games. I've never known any of those people. I never mingled or like what do you call it, networked with anyone. I just did my own thing. That's the coolest fucking part. Like I only had to ever deal with people that I was already friends with. I never had to work with anyone or like, you know, it was always people that I liked. Lucky. Really lucky. I've always been really lucky that really cool people believed in me. I mentioned that earlier, but sometimes I always thought like they have no reason to. Even when there was really like, man, there's no reason to fucking even associate with this bum. But still, some people did. Because they just did, I don't know. Boy, am I glad that Twitch exists. You know, if it didn't, who knows what kind of weird curly machine I'd be operating. Thanks, Doom White. I always wonder that if I wasn't a streamer, what I would probably be doing is selling cars, I guess. What else would you do? Maybe selling cars. I like cars. Yeah, of course, no beard. You know, God knows. Dude, yeah, man. Who knows, man? It's like another dimension we're talking here. I'm pretty damn lucky. There's so many people. Like, if I was really gonna thank people, other than the people who watch my stream and support me, dude, I wouldn't even be alive right now if it wasn't for half of the people who, like, some of them you don't hear of anymore that much, but they're around, and others are around, you know? A lot of people really helped me and had my back, and, you know, were really supportive. Not only of me, like, of me as a streamer, of me as a commentator, of me as a player. It goes so far back. I mean, people used to be very supportive of me as a player. Like, they just wanted me to win. And I'm not even talking about Tekken, or I'm talking about everything. Mortal Kombat, Injustice, Soul Calibur 2. That was the first game that I ever really competed in. And also just as a person. Like, you know. It's just like I got lucky, I guess. Lots of people. And most of them are all fighting game related. Which is cool, because I was mentioning earlier, I've never been to a TwitchCon, and I've never even met big streamers to be able to say like, oh, I'm like I mingle with them or that kind of thing. I don't know anyone. I mean, just like you hear about them and they're cool and you're a fan and you like them, but I'm talking about like really knowing them in IRL, like in real human contact. I've never met any of these people. Unless through Evo or something like that. guy's taking advantage of me yippity yapping. Hey, you taking advantage, motherfucker? Advantage taking, bitch. Oh, fuck. Did he jump? Shit, wasted all my super. Oh, God. The thing is, you don't even want to start naming people because you're going to forget someone, but lots of people. You know, Mark Mann, Seth Killian Haunt, Chris Seg, Gutex and Mike Roth. Lots and lots and endless amounts of people. Like, the list is endless. People that, like, just, you know, in one way or another, were an integral role of not only me streaming for 10 years, but me, honestly, being alive. Like, you know, making it to whatever age I am. I think I'm 36 now. I was streaming on here for years, maybe 2 years. I was streaming on Twitch for 2 years before I got a sub button. And these days, you gotta do all kinds of shit to get a sub button. You gotta apply and meet certain criteria and shit. But that back then, you could just be like, someone would just introduce you to some dude and be like, hey, Aris, this guy, you know, he works at Twitch. And then you'd shake their hand and be like, hey, man, nice to meet you. And they're like, hey, you want a sub button? Like, you know, hey, you know, hit this bong or else. It's basically that type of shit. Like, hey, you want a sub button? All right. Thanks. That's how it was back then. Training day. It was cool. I mean, whatever. Yeah, thanks. And then, like, you know, I had a sub button for a while and I was just playing, goofing, you know, I had a job and shit. And then, you know, I lost my job because I didn't really do anything there. Especially after fucking Watson hired Merle and Commando. These two used to work so fucking hard. I used to be so pissed. They'd be stocking the fridge and cleaning shit up, you know? And it's like, bros, chill the fuck out, will ya? Because up until that point, it was basically enough hard work to not steal. Like, you know, I never stole, and I tried to be on time, and I made sure the place was not being robbed or whatever, vandalized. But then these guys came in with all the fucking labor, and that was like, Aris, you gotta go. Lemon pledge. Oh, man. Good times. That's when I started streaming just like full time. But I didn't tell anybody. That was the thing. Because, you know, at the time I really, even now I can't believe it, but at the time I didn't really believe that you could stream for a living. You as in, I didn't believe in myself to be able to do that. It just seemed impossible. So I didn't want people to artificially support me by, like, you know, when you tell them, oh, I'm going to try out streaming full time, bros. I'm going full time, everybody. It kind of gives people like an additional incentive to be extra supportive. And I didn't want that because it would feel artificial and not something that I could count on. So I just did it like, just stream all the time. Crazy. That shit goes by real fast. There's been a lot of different, like, eras, you know, a lot of different games, a lot of different, like, you know, I've gone through a lot of different stuff, too. I mean, of course, if you spend 10 years streaming on a platform, that means I grew up in a way here. I'm kind of a late bloomer, so I didn't really, I still don't feel like I've really grown up, but I'm getting there. So if you think about it, spending 10 years on Twitch, you change a lot and you learn a lot. Thanks for all the happy anniversaries. A lot of people like also said happy 10-year anniversary in other places and shit, like on Twitter. Thanks. Feels good. It doesn't just feel good, like, it feels good in a lot of ways, you know? Like, super lucky. That's how it feels. Feels lucky to the point of it can't even be real. Unreal levels of luck. Whatever, don't question it. Just go with it. Lucky Fatso. Ain't that the truth? It's way luckier than an IRL mirror drop.
Thank you.
There's no jackpot I could think of that would be so sick. I don't know what Twitch is sending me. They said, hey, we want to send you something because you're gonna have a 10-year anniversary. And I was like, all right, but I don't know what it is. Heard it might be a dildo. I wonder how much I could sell that for. Hey, thanks, Kiko. It's a hot tub? Damn. And a year-long subscription to a gambling website? Could be true. Appreciate all the generosity and all the, I mean, people are generous every day, and that's like what keeps me doing this, obviously, right? But it's more than just that, it's not just about generosity. It's about you mean a lot to them. People have told me in IRL funky shit. Like, you know what, man? I was gonna kill myself, but I didn't because of you. They say shit like that to me in real life, and not even one person, not even two people. Like, real people have real problems, and you know the way you use things like your favorite band. Oh man, when I'm feeling down, I listen to Metallica 3. Or your favorite movie, you gotta watch it. You're like someone's favorite movie. Think about that. People told me I've been watching you longer than I've ever watched any show. I mean, not a lot of shows last for 10 years, right? So, it's pretty wild to think about it. I mean, I'm really good with people, and I don't mind dealing with people that are weird. Like, when someone tells me something heavy like that, what are you gonna do? I just tell them, thanks, hey, good shit, not killing yourself, amigo. Keep that good work up. See ya. I mean, what else are you gonna do? That's true. Nice job. Other people didn't make it that far, There are people who you're doing a lot better than. Keep it up. Right?
Thank you for getting us through the hard time.
That's the thing I was just going to say.
Thank you.
There are a lot of hard times out there, but you guys, I mean, I don't know if it's my responsibility to train my chat room. That's what everyone says, right? The chat room is like a reflection of the streamer, right? But you guys are very good at not telling people about your problems, at least around here. That is essential.
Thank you.
It really is. I don't want to hear it, dude. Nobody does. Focus on making other people feel better, and you're invited. That's it. Even if it's a shitty joke, at least it's like an attempt to make someone laugh. At the end of the day, that's so much better than, the story about my dog's girlfriend, the tragic tale. Well, nobody wants to hear about that. I don't have a dog. But you get the point. So, you guys are really good at that. Everyone always likes their own chat room to the point of saying stupid, obnoxious shit on Twitter. But mine's pretty good. Mine's pretty great. I'll hang out in another chat room and think like, man, it's really a lot like kids. You know how that is. You're waiting at the DMV, and these fucking kids are climbing up the walls, and this mom and dad is just sitting there, not doing shit about it. That's how I feel when I'm in the other chat rooms. I'm sitting there just judging that shit. Like, dude, if these were my kids, that's a paddling.
Thank you.
So, it makes you appreciate your kids. You guys definitely are good at this. Keep it short. Don't talk too much, especially not to me. And I don't want to hear about anything whack. Only good things or funny things. Or
I see him! I lost him!
Smile, smile.
Thanks. Thanks, stupid Red Name, and Ebton, and Super Nintendo Chalmers, thank you again. Labadoozy, thanks. Meta Meme and Kliang, thanks very much, multiple times. Dark Red, thanks for the $50. So Zure, Tagzimon, Jehovan. Man, it's hard to tell who I've already thanked. My bad if I missed you. 90% of us are bitches. Yeah, but maybe you won't be bitches forever. Dude, the people who have been telling me, okay, 10 years is a long time. It's long enough for you to finish college. It's long enough for you to be in fucking middle school and a bitch. And then to become like a doctor. That's like almost long enough. You know, think about it. You, like a lot of these fucking clown-ass morons, they grow up and they become stuff.
You know, I've never liked you.
It's totally true.
Thanks, Brew.
You wouldn't even believe it. I don't remember what the last one was. Oh yeah, that doctor. I went to visit my dad in the hospital, and I met a fucking doctor who was an Aris fan. Think about that shit. They just act like fucking morons in the chat. Ah, it's okay. Whatever. Fine. Get it out of your system. But you better not ask me a question. Or else. Muchos Garcia. So many things have happened in 10 years. It's hard to remember everything. What about doing podcasts? I did podcasts for so long. Maybe that's the reason I hate fucking questions. You know, maybe I would have never hated questions if I didn't do podcasts for so long. With Ricksta and Rip and MYK and all kinds of other guests. I did podcasts with questions. I would answer questions. I would ask questions. I interviewed Harada like 10 years ago. Really, literally 10 years ago. It was unheard of. I was recording that shit with some fucking cereal box spy recorder and shit. Like, seriously, joke level shit. And there's been all kinds of trouble. Yeah, doing podcasts. That's like, I'm like Beyonce, you know, and that was like Destiny's Child. You know what I mean? I'm like Beyonce. Yeah, what else can you do? This is always how it's been.
Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
People, like, you know, when you first start streaming and it's the culture of Twitch, you know, people will give you a lot of money and say some weird shit to you. That's the way it is, right? I never really got used to that. It always feels kind of like, man, this guy could be anyone. This guy could be anything from a kid to a thief to a billionaire. And you never know. And I don't give a fuck because there are so many of you. And if I were to think about each and every individual person, forget it. I'll lose my fucking mind. You know, so what I have to do is just say thanks, not only to you, but to the cosmos, and keep going straight.
Thank you.
All right, this direction seems like it's the right way. Okay, I'll keep going this way. Thanks. You know, there's nothing else I know how to do. What else can I do? Keep saying thanks. Thanks. You never know what'll happen. Lots of people die. So, happy to be breathing. Here. Who knows what's going to happen, man? One day at a time. Don't rush. That's good advice. Don't rush. People want advice from you all the time because you're older than them.
Wi-Fi smile.
And they're trying to do things that you do. So people always want advice from you because they want to know how you can help them maybe emulate what you've done or whatever. The best advice is don't rush. And don't worry. That's the best I could do for you. I can't help you any more than I've already helped you. Yeah, slow is smooth.
Congratulations on the milestone. I wish you buena fortuna in the next 10 years.
Thanks, you too, man.
It's too bad, man. I just stopped smoking.
And all the rest of you guys too. Because, I mean, you know, if I'm going to have... Okay, let's face the facts. If I'm going to have buena fortuna for the next 10 years, I'm gonna need you guys to also have Benno Fortuna. You know, think about it. What am I gonna be doing in 10 years if you guys aren't around fucking paying my bills and shit? So, you too. Nice shit. Keep up the good work. Buena Fortuna. Go to school or whatever. If you're a free bird, then fuck school. But, you know, I don't know, man. Fuck it. Leave me alone. I don't know. I don't fucking know you. But just know the best strat, mistakes are okay. But irreparable mistakes, they're a lot worse. So go ahead and fuck up and you'll be okay. But try not to fuck up so bad that you can't erase it. Write that shit in pencil. You know? That's a good strat. Write that shit in pencil. Why you want to use ink? It's just, you might change your mind. Anyway, even if you do it in ink, you'll be alright. Trust in your instincts. This is crazy. Some of you have been around so long and know so much about me. You know? Whatever. I don't care. I don't think about that kind of shit. It's just like how someone right now is jacking off. If I were going to think about that out of 4,500 people, how would I be able to call? You think I'm going to be able to do a hit confirm super while I know some fucking pervert is jacking off? Hell no. I need to fucking block that shit out. And I do. Same thing with all these other details.
Jack Miller, Fox 30 News.
People who have been around,
Hey,
people who
Aris?
have died. That's the
time.
thing. I hate to bring it up, but it is just so, it happens more and more the older you get. The way people just die. And it's random. Like, the most random shit, dude. If it's not like a piano out of the sky, it's some other bullshit. Random shit. You know? So, I mean, I don't know how you guys handle that. I'm personally very bad, extremely bad at dealing with loss
Too bad,
like
man.
that.
I just stopped
And
smoking yesterday.
I just, like,
Thanks for the entertainment. And
all I could do is appreciate it, and that's it. Like, damn, dude. All right. Like, you know, soldiers on the beaches of whatever it's called. All right, man, just keep going that way. You know? You look that way and Tom Hanks or the other guy just got shot. But what are you going to do, you know? Just keep going in their honor. In their, like, Gormandy. Exactly, like the beaches of Gormandy. It's true. You just keep going and, like, in there, like, that could have been you easily. So keep going that way and get them. Storming the beaches of Gormandy.
Hey, remember the Mafia boobs? That was dope. Happy 1010.
I remember. That's another thing, man. At the end of the day, Twitch could do whatever the fuck they want. They could ban you and they don't even have to, like, you know, they don't have to. They could do whatever they want, right? They're the fucking kings. They're like gods, right? So if they're like gods, then I have to thank them too. Thanks for not banning me, Twitch, for 10 years. Lord knows you had plenty of good reason to. Thanks. Someone out there in the Golden Hall or the Purple Hall, wherever Twitch is, someone out there has got my back. Thank you. God.
Thank you.
Thank God for the machine. Thank God for Sentinel. Seriously. They could have got rid of me 100 times or more. But, you know, I'm not questioning them. I'm just thanking the sky and moving forward.